Yeah. Let's see. Check. There's what? Oh yeah, the Kazuki.
Well,
What's that?
That means that I'm I don't mind. And I just have.
And that road is so fun.
And it was
Just have a chat. He's like, it's pretty
This is our sound check.
Yeah.
Sounds good. We'll be regaling you with some more songs. Should we do a little set here? Not so little set, really.
It just doesn't stop. Yeah.
One, two, three. Wake up another morning, see my baby's cheeks. Glad be around to have another week. Watch the magic happen, find all there is to learn as the planet floods and burns. Wake up another morning, find coffee beans. Turn on Al Jazeera, marvel at the scenes. Towns reduced to ashes while the twisters turn as the planet floods and burns. Wake up another morning, picking on these strings. One more day to be here, find out what life brings. The horizon's red and hazy, this much I can discern as the planet floods and burns. Wake up another morning, watch the neighbors drive away, heading to a warehouse to work another day, leaving me to wonder how fast this wind can churn as the planet floods and burns. Wake up another morning, see the Twitter trolls complain about the fascists who are living on the dole, demanding safe space in the boxcar, other such concerns as the planet floods and burns. Wake up another morning, see the orange hue, know what needs to happen, don't know what to do. Show me to the ark, where's the bow and stern, as the planet floods and burns. Wake up another morning, in the now again. If I want to see the future, I can count to 10. History, you'll find it in the tombstones and the urns, as the planet floods and burns. As the planet floods and burns. planet floods and burns. I've broken a string very anticlimactically, so I'll need to take a moment here. Yeah, let's see. And the earth spins around?
Yeah.
E flat. What am I doing here? E flat. That's not E flat. Here we go. It's a different flat. One day you're working, the next you're not. And what you have is what you got. You lost the job you thought you'd keep. You wake up at night, you can't sleep. You got time now, time to dream, time to break down, cry and scream. And the earth spins round again. Sometimes your goals of any size just vanish front of your eyes, and all that's left is what you see, like the squirrel outside your window in that tree, and the man there on the screen who wants us to try injecting Listerine. And the earth spins around again.
And the earth spins around, and the earth spins around.
Dice are up, no telling where they'll land when they come down from the air. Everything can change and fall apart. It can affect your lungs and your heart. Assumptions thrown, they're in the breeze. Who knows what they'll be when we're done with this disease? And the earth spins round again.
And the earth spins round, and the earth spins round.
One day you're okay, things are all right. Then all of a sudden, overnight, foreclosed, evicted, living in cars, empty hotels and wine bars. Wake up to learn our collective fate depends on how we cooperate. And the earth spins round again. And the earth spins round again. And the earth spins around again. Thank you.
Actually, I agree with that, actually, to be honest.
This is for everyone who has noticed what's happening to the price of housing.
Yeah. That's right. Oh yeah, how's it go? Come on, count to that. Thank you. $10,000 yuppies just moved here. 10,000 others came last year. The rent has doubled since I moved in. Each month I take it on the chin. Each month I wonder how many more can I stay in Portland before I move into my car or end up somewhere behind bars. 10,000 yuppies say don't complain now that the city is in the fast lane. It's just the market and it knows best. That's how the bankers built the West. So just get rich and you can stay. Otherwise just go away. There's no room here for us holding on under the bus. I'm just a renter, this ain't my town. Might as well just burn it down for all I care. $10,000 yuppies think it's great to invest in Portland real estate. Keep Portland weird, they like to say, but that was over yesterday. Of their achievements, they're so proud, living lives in some cloud. But unlimited data will get you nowhere if you can't afford to care. I'm just a renter, this ain't my town. Might as well just burn it down for all I care. $10,000 yuppies and on each block, they're flipping houses, taking stock. Where's the next place that can transform tents and mansions, the new norm? They like TED Talks, they like greed, they like wine bars, they like weed, they like bike lanes, they want more. They're the face of the new class war. I'm just a renter, this ain't my town. Might as well just burn it down for all I care. For all I care. For all I care. For all I care. Thank you. $17,000 a year moving to Portland. Guppies. I like guppies so much better. No. Some of my best friends are yuppies. Not their fault, although prices are going up. But they're a real symptom of the problem. When they're moving in, watch out, because you know the rents are going to go up. I've seen it happen in Boston, and then I saw it happen in San Francisco, then Seattle. Now I'm in Portland, getting priced out of Portland. It's like the story of my life. But it makes for good songs now and then. Okay, thank you for tuning. When Julian met Stella in the embassy, in the only room for 7 years that he would ever see, guarded by police with cops on every street, an unusual situation for the first time you should meet. When Julian met Stella, the time they spent was increasingly within the walls of a little tent, where they could have some privacy from the ever-present gaze under which he was spending all his nights and days. When Julian met Stella, there was the chance of grace. Perhaps the president would decide to drop the case. Had 2 children beneath the watchful eyes of the Americans and British and all kinds of other spies. When Julian met Stella on Embassy Road was before he was abducted and forced to go to Belmarsh prison without a chance to speak, awaiting the extradition that the USA seeks. When Julian met Stella, the folks at the UN and people all around the world spoke out then. This journalist belongs among the free, not in prison for exposing crimes against humanity. When Julian met Stella, thank you.
Free Julian
Yeah.
Assange. Check, check.
Okay. I know. It's upset. Behind these prison walls, there's a man who's won awards for the work that he has done and all that it affords, such as the knowledge of the horrors committed in our name. They can't stop the message, so the messenger gets blamed. Behind these prison walls, in solitary confinement, in a land of rolling hills and royalty and other such refinement, is someone who is a hero to whistleblowers everywhere, who helped them tell the world of the crimes of Tony Blair. Behind these prison walls, you will find a mortal man. The reason why we know what happened in Afghanistan, when the soldiers of the empire, whose sun set long before, were torturing civilians in their terror war. Behind these prison walls is a part of WikiLeaks, an eloquent orator, but you won't hear him speak. Locked away in silence, one who knows too well how those in power act when there's another war to sell. Behind these prison walls is one who stands accused of exactly what offenses the U.S. has refused to say precisely which, or to try to clear the mist, or to explain how he's not the same as other journalists. Behind these prison walls is a person made deprived of most of the things in life that keep us all alive. A person being tortured as we stand here now for revealing the war crimes. Why, when, where, how? Behind these prison walls, our very right to be informed of what the hell is going on is the teacup in this storm. With knowledge there is power, so the solution by the crown, a 24-hour-a-day indefinite lockdown behind these prison walls. Thank you. Welcome everybody who just arrived.
Free speech, free journalism, I believe. Free Julian Assange. Yeah.
That's what it says. I have a shirt like that, but I didn't wear it today just to be confusing.
And yes, I did sew this myself.
It does. This is the title track of the Let's see, how's this one go? Okay. Someone blew the whistle, 2006. It's a matter of a password and a couple of clicks. Safely within files, protect the source while sharing all the important bits, of course. With a database that's searchable all around the earth, that's exposed the rich and powerful, showed us what they're worth, showed us the corrupt ways they run affairs. From Iceland to the Indies, to almost everywhere, making clothes transparent on emperors all round. Everywhere that whistleblowers are to be found. WikiLeaks was too effective, it had to be beaten out. Let there be no doubt. Now they want to kill the messenger while most of us stand by, just waiting for this prisoner to die. Daniel Ellsberg blew the whistle on war crimes. He called out for someone to step up this time. With WikiLeaks assistance when Chelsea Manning did on torture and mass murder, she blew the lid. And the war on WikiLeaks went into overdrive as the authorities tried hard to make sure it couldn't survive. Now they want to kill the messenger while most of us stand by, just waiting for this prisoner to die. Charges plucked from history, the Espionage Act, being used against Assange under the extradition pact. Not just Republican war criminals, but Democrats too had it out for him now, for telling what he knew. When the DNC rigged the race, got Clinton the nomination, put Sanders in his place. Now they want to kill the messenger while most of us stand by, just waiting for this prisoner to die. They'll call him a foreign agent, say he should be shot. They'll call him a narcissist, whatever defamation they got. They'll say he's not a journalist, unlike the ones in Moscow, reporting on the criminals that we allow. Reporters to report on, we give them a Nobel, while this Australian is caged and sent to hell. Now they want to kill the messenger while most of us stand by, just waiting for this prisoner to die. Now they want to kill the messenger while most of us stand by, just waiting for this prisoner to die. Thank you. Shake that note out of there. Yeah, there's not many happy songs on this album, and it works, which works as an album, but as a live performance, is pretty much a downer. So
See, for this song though, at the end of World War III, can I just quickly get a beer, because it's maybe
needs
my
a beer.
last chance for this.
needs a beer before Armageddon. Yeah.
Sorry, when we do gigs in Scotland, we have beers while we play. It's not a thing here.
But they don't take their shoes off in Glasgow.
It's just blending in.
I like it. That some of the Hawaiians are wearing jackets.
What's wrong with my feet? There's nothing wrong with my feet. I've got lovely feet. If I do say so.
A song about the end of the world. Yeah, after. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh wait. Oh wow, is there a? Oh, there it is. It was gone for a moment there. Okay. What happened? I don't know. It's back now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1. It's a waltz. You can dance. 1,
Yeah,
2,
dance
3.
at the end. Dance at the end.
Wait, let me try that again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Of World War III, mid the lightning and thunder, those left alive as long as they live will wonder, was there something that could have been done before nuclear winter blocked out the sun after the earth that we once knew was blown asunder?
At the end of World War III.
Of World War III, any pundits who may still be found will have heated debates about how the end came round. Was it the Black Sea blockade when the rush for the end times was made, or the breaking of promises promised when the wall came down?
At the end of World War III.
Of World War III, as people look for clean water to drink, as they're dreaming of the days when they had a kitchen sink, wishing they could try again to talk to belligerent men back when we were hanging on the brink.
At the end of World War III.
Of World War III, when everyone has the same thought, is this what imperial intransigence wrought? Life under occupation, or the end of creation? Decisions that decades of lost opportunities brought.
At the end of World War III.
Of World War III, with billions dead or dying, it won't matter who was right or who was lying. When civilization has ended, once the last warhead's descended, only then will there be no one left tonight.
At the end of World War III.
Of World War III, as the few left alive survey the rubble remaining, wondering how long they'll survive. Too late to question the story of expansion or conquest or glory. No time to rewind from the date Armageddon arrived.
At the end of World War III.
Of World War III. Thank you. Wash that down with the beer. Yeah, if that fake missile alert didn't give you nightmares for 4 years. I figure if anybody understands that song, it's in Hawaii. They were throwing kids into manholes. I mean, it was, they were panicking. They had a fake missile 3-4 years ago. Leave the apartment, things change a little more. The rug pulled out so many times, who knows where's the floor? Folks look more ragged by the day. I can give them a few bucks. Wonder what the future holds. Wish them luck as I walk on by.
Wonder what it holds as I walk on by. Wonder what it holds.
See the people on their porches, chairs out on a deck. Sometimes you can tell which ones received their checks. Which ones are still waiting after all these many weeks? Wondering if this is what it smells like in Schitt's Creek as I walk on by.
Wonder if it is as I walk on by. Wonder if it is.
When my children ask me, I'm not quite sure what to say. Why the playground's always empty, where the kids all used to play. Why the people cross the street now whenever we come near. Where did all the people go who used to be here as I walk on by?
Where did they go?
I go out with my headphones on, like everybody else does, listening for news suddenly relevant, because we all want to know how the virus might transform. All of us still here, weathering this storm as I walk on by.
Weathering the storm.
Walk on by,
weathering the storm.
as I walk on by. Thank you. All her main skills. One, two, three. Men were drafted, many never made it back. Those who did discover, in their absence they got the sack. Tenements in squalor, both rats and people getting sick. What they had in common, life was short, death was quick. No one had a plan, what they were going to do, when all the men came back home and the ranks of the unemployed grew. The way the people had to live was no life at all, but it still came as a surprise. How many answered the call? If you weren't there, you'll never know just what it was like when the whole city went on strike. City leaders and newspapers, in many ways they tried to do everything they could to widen the divide between good Canadians and those they called alien scum, between those who missed conscription and those who beat the war drum. But when the veterans marched in Winnipeg, they marched for everyone, under the banner of the working class, the one big union. Everybody left their jobs, whether organized or not. Even the policemen walked away, refused to embrace the rot. If you weren't there, you'll never know just what it was like when the whole city went on strike. The mayor deputized the scabs, Soon they shot 2 men who died in the city center on the hour when the scabs rampaged through the city, attacking anyone in the street, trapping people in alleyways, not even allowing them to retreat. Soldiers occupied the city. People hadn't eaten in weeks. The prospects for victory began to look bleak. People went back to their jobs, if indeed they even could. The bosses said they'd seek revenge, and many of them would. If you weren't there, you'll never know just what it was like when the whole city went on strike. Strike leaders were imprisoned, from where several were elected to the Canadian Parliament, and a monument was erected at Main and Portage, where a streetcar was overturned, driven in by strike breakers on the spot where it was burned. Was a century ago, but life is often still defined by which side you were on. On that picket line, was your grandpa shot in the heart, or did they break his leg when the working class rose up and shut down Winnipeg? If you weren't there, you'll never know just what it was like when the whole city went on strike. If you weren't there, you'll never know just what it was like when the whole city went on strike. Thank you. Yeah, and that's part of a trio of songs about historical events. That's a song about the Winnipeg General Strike, which I wrote for the 100th anniversary of the Winnipeg General Strike, when they were having a 100th anniversary event in Winnipeg. So I thought I should have a song for this. It's right up my alley. What's that? Gosh.
But this one's about the ocean, so you know.
This is about the Pacific Ocean. It's
Pretty close, right?
The South Pacific. Applause for the Pacific Ocean.
I'm with you. I live on the Pacific coast. Different continent, but that's okay.
Let me tune again. Settling in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Across the ocean wide, where many ships have been, where many long remember those passengers within. All of those whose families were buried or in jail in the killing fields of Spain, when the Winnipeg set sail.
When the Winnipeg set
Across the ocean wide, across the open seas, a world better than the camps, the French authorities threw the people in, and if they lived to tell the tale, they'd be the lucky few. When the Winnipeg set sail.
When the Winnipeg set
Across the ocean wide, the ship was met at bay by the throngs of people who just had to come that day. In 1939, to cheer and cry and say all hail solidarity, when the Winnipeg set sail.
When the Winnipeg set
Across the ocean wide was where they had to flee the thousands upon thousands of Spanish refugees from the lands of Europe where humanity had failed to the shores of Valparaiso when the Winnipeg set sail.
When the Winnipeg, when the Winnipeg set sail, when the Winnipeg set sail, when the Winnipeg set sail.
Across the ocean wide was where they would remain as dictatorship would rule for half a century in Spain. Torpedoed in 42, now it lies upon the shale. One voyage will outlive her when the Winnipeg set sail.
When the Winnipeg, when the Winnipeg set sail. When the Winnipeg set sail.
The poet Pablo Neruda, before he was a famous poet, was the Chilean ambassador to France. Who knew? The mosquitoes are coming for you. Your belly button is bare. One, two, three, four. Missile strikes in Baghdad, skies full of fighter jets. Tension in the air, as thick as it gets. Their talking points are loaded at each press conference with what passes for an effort at historical reference. They talk of things that happened over 40 years before, that they say now bring us to the edge of World War. They talk about the hostages, so let us now rewind. When the students took the embassy, just what did they find? When the students took the embassy, I was just a kid, but I remember well the first things they did. Let all the women go while collecting all the trash, all the shredded documents that weren't yet turned to ash, all the shredded documents that clearly show the torture and corruption, how the power flowed. The concept of a captured state was one the Shah defined. When the students took the embassy, just what did they find? When the students took the embassy, they found the crimes of Stella, had the CIA hiding under every rock. And that's where they had been, where the agents were based. They had a staff of thousands there. From there they laid to waste the dreams held by so many for a free society, like the one they overthrew back in 1953. Historic crimes exposed in the shredder once consigned. When the students took the embassy, just what did they find? When the students took the embassy. Thank you. That's the last of our trio of songs about obscure historical events.
You're welcome.
No, never got that embassy back.
Well, the US has got some to spare, so, you know. Yeah. More than enough.
With 800 bases, who the hell needs an embassy?
Exactly.
800.
And circling places that
Yeah. Damn.
superfluous.
Yeah. There used to be a joke, but it became less relevant. How come the U.S. has never had a coup d'etat? Because the U.S. doesn't have a U.S. embassy. But then there were recent events.
Yeah, had your own coup.
Yeah, so
now you found out what
now
it's
it's
like to
not
be
such a
couped.
joke anymore. Yeah.
That's how come the U.S. took over Hawaii.
He died dies midway through the song. There's a high note.
You are.
And then I'll ruin it by counting it off all wrong. Yeah. His family moved from Denver to Aurora. Mama thought they'd be safer out there, away from all the hubbub of the city, closer to the mountains and fresh air. Some kids are into fancy cars and football, or getting lots of tattoos on their shin. But Elijah played the violin. Some kids are into hamburgers and hot dogs. Other kids just do things their own way. Elijah was a vegetarian. On his lunch breaks he would go and play music for the animals at the shelter. The staff would welcome their young comrade with a grin. Elijah played the violin. As a young man, Elijah moved in with his cousin. He became a massage therapist. He had a kind and open hand, while others only knew the fist, such as the men in blue, who were called one night to assault their unknown kin. Elijah played the violin. They slammed him into the wall, they threw him to the ground, although he made no effort to fight back. They choked him till he vomited, then they did it more. No body cams recorded the attack. Elijah said he couldn't breathe, he was begging for his life, so they shot him full of ketamine. Elijah played the violin. Went into cardiac arrest. Soon after he was dead. He had not committed one offense, aside from being black in these disunited states, trying to exist in the present tense. Nothing happened to the cops, they were just following procedures, killing people for the color of their skin. Elijah played the violin. Elijah played the violin. Elijah played the violin. Thank you.
It's kind of hard to clap something so sad.
Yeah, but they did pretty good, that. Yeah. And the rain helps. You didn't, it's great weather. So, let's see. I wrote this next song to alienate most of my friends, and it only worked with about 11 of them. It might. 1, 2, 3. I don't drive a car because they run on gas, but if I did, it'd run on biomass. I ride a bike or sometimes a skateboard, so fuck off all you drivers and your yuppie hordes sitting all day in the traffic queues. I'm a better anarchist than you. I don't eat meat, I just live on moldy chives or the donuts that I found in last week's dumpster dives. Look, you people in that restaurant, I think you are so sad when you could have been eating bagels like the ones that I just had. I think it is a shame, all the bourgeois things you do. I'm a better anarchist than you. I don't wear leather And I like my clothes in black, and I made a really cool hammock from a moldy coffee sack. I like to hop on freight trains, I think that is so cool. It's so much funner doing this than being stuck in school. I can't believe you're wearing those brand new shiny shoes. I'm a better anarchist than you. I don't have sex, and there will be no sequel, because heterosexual relationships are inherently unequal. I'll just keep on moshing to anti-flag and crass until there are no differences in gender, race, or class. All you brainwashed breeders, you just haven't got a clue. I'm a better anarchist than you. I don't believe in leaders, I think consensus is the key. I don't believe in stupid notions like representative democracy. Whether or not it works, I know it is the case that only direct action can save the human race. So when I see you in your voting booths, then I know it's true. I'm a better anarchist than you. I am not a pacifist, I like throwing bricks, and when the cops have caught me and I've taken a few licks, I always feel lucky if I get a bloody nose, because I feel so militant and everybody knows. By the time the riot is all through, I'm a better anarchist than you. I'm a better anarchist than you. Thank you.
That's my anarchistic ending. Got plenty of yes, indeed.
That was like the only comic relief for the whole concert. Wait.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
I could do more, but it's not on the album. We're trying to record here. We got 3 more for you, like it or not. I mean, if you start throwing like locally grown fruit at us, then
I'll eat it. We'll take it as encouragement. That means keep playing.
Is that a local tradition?
start.
Throw the food.
I mean,
God, imagine that'd be
they
so
even grow
great.
tomatoes too, but
People
I think-
started throwing fresh papaya.
I mean,
at it.
papaya would make a better
avocados. I'd just
smack,
go-
like a better splat. Dorian fruit would be a real weapon of mass destruction, though. Okay, this song has a high death toll. Let's see. Their country was invaded and destroyed. Then they had a baby boy. They sold everything they owned so they might escape the war zone. They took the Baltic route, north and west, was the one the smuggler said was best. They got as far as Germany, which is where they had another baby. It's a deadly thing, what some call immigration. England was their final destination. In a crowded van, driving to the port on past Flanders fields, yet another life cut short. Cops on every side, the vehicle surrounded. When the loud crack sounded, Mama held her daughter tight in place. Then she saw the bullet hit her face. And Mawda was her name. Mawda was her name. There are many ways to stop a van, many ways to do it they can. Make a roadblock for one. If you're under fire, you can use your gun, but all the bullets flew in one direction. At first they denied it, but at closer inspection, the cop was aiming for the driver's head. But he missed and hit the girl instead. And Mawda was her name. numbers would be added to the score of those who only wanted to raise a family but then died on the shores of Turkey, or somewhere in the desert, or tortured in a prison, or on the bottom of the ocean, at a Baghdad checkpoint, or at a traffic stop, or shot down by a Belgian cop. And Mawda was her name. Mawda was her name. Mawda was her name.
Say her name.
Thank you. Yeah, that's one of the new ones for the new album. We got a couple more for you. This one is, we got, actually, they're nobody dies in this one.
Yay!
Let's see. One, two. Like an old cloth torn and frayed, came like a clarion call to illustrate the same. Divided we let's start this over again. Just one more try. Take two. Okay, wait, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna manage to play with your guitar, Chet. 1, 2. Cloth torn and frayed, came like a clarion call to illustrate the same. United we stand, divided we fall. A thin veneer torn by disease, shredded the great Khan laid bare, come from across the seas, now floating in the air. Like a corpse that's lying exposed, that all of us now can see. All that the cadaver shows about a society. The veil of fantasy lifted, it gives us at least some idea how another world is possible. I can hear her breathing now. Like the red blood that flows from the bullet, whether coated in rubber or not. Like the faces you see in the helmet, reflecting the thickening plot. Driven by such a villain, as a thing exponential allows, it says another world is possible. I can hear her breathing now.
Another world is possible. I can hear her breathing.
Like the pallor on so many faces, on every end of the town. On the murals in so many places, boarded up and long ago shut down. Making all the connections between the mule and the plow. That another world is possible. And I can hear her breathing now.
Another world is possible. I can hear her breathing now.
Like the smoke rising up coast to coast, with formations that brighten the sky. like Lord Thomas Jefferson's ghost. His victims no longer disguise as his visage falls into the river, like the skull of an old sacred cow. Another world is possible, and I can hear her breathing now.
Another world is possible.
Another world is possible, and I can hear her breathing now.
Another world is possible.
Another world is possible, and I can hear her breathing now.
Another world is possible. I can hear her breathing now.
Yeah. Huh? Oh no. I know. No. I just moved anyway. No, I just moved anyway. Okay. We have one more song before whatever happens next. When the world has gone crazy and it's all becoming clear, when they're gunning down our comrades and it seems the end is near, as they're loading up the launchers for the tear gas grenades, we can take off our bandanas and kiss behind the barricades. When it's madness all around and you can see this at a glance, we will sing and we will cry, we will laugh and we will dance, as they shout their marching orders beneath the helicopter blaze. We shall seize the moment for a kiss behind the barricades. They will try to break our spirit, and at times they may succeed, but our love for the world is stronger than their greed. When the building is surrounded and hope begins to fade, in my final hour, a kiss behind the barricades. As the movement grows, there will be hills and bends, but at the center of the struggle are your lovers and your friends. And the more we hold each other up, the less we can be swayed. Here's to love and solidarity and a kiss behind the barricades. Tusen takk.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.